What's up, everybody? I'm Puma Pete,
And I am Moose.
and we are MobaMashup, what we hope will become your home for all things MOBA. Here on this channel, we hope to cover information on the competitive MOBA scenes, new games in the genre as they release, and much more. Whether you're a fan of League of Legends, Dota 2, Smite, or just MOBAs in general, we hope to provide content that appeals to you. With that being said, let's move into the real focus of this video, Week 2 of League of Legends European LCS.
Because we know not everyone has the time to watch 30 hours of competitive League a week, we aim to bring you the results of all the matches, summaries of the game, key players of the week, and more, trying to reduce the hours of gameplay into as compact of videos as possible for you guys. Unfortunately, we missed our timing on Week 1 of LCS, so we're starting the series with Week 2. So without further ado, let's jump into Week 2's action.
Day 1 of Week 2 started off with Alliance trying to bounce back from their abysmal Week 1 start by taking down Millennium. Millennium got off to an early lead against Alliance, and it looked as if they were going to continue their winless streak. However, over the course of the game, Alliance managed to turn it around and mounted a slow push into Millennium's base as they built up their gold lead, and it finally culminated in Alliance scoring their first win of the LCS.
Game 2 saw Rawcat facing off against Superhot crew. After Rawcat's strong Week 1, it was surprising to see Superhot crew put up such a strong fight against the Polish powerhouse. The match was close for the first 46 minutes until SHC got a bit overzealous and pushed too far up the middle lane. After Selivar took down 3 members of SHC, Rawcat pushed straight down the mid and ended the game at the 49-minute mark.
Millennium had their second game of the day when they faced off against Copenhagen Wolves. Much like the first 2 games of the day, this match started off very close. Millennium built up a small lead in the early game, but at the 23-minute mark, they lost a chaotic and disorganized team fight to Copenhagen Wolves, which resulted in a total team wipe, 2 lost towers, and a lost inhibitor. Millennium continued to fight hard for 10 minutes until the Wolves caught them out of position in the middle lane. As Millennium tried to retreat, the Wolves picked them off one by one, which ended in a triple kill for Coutard, 4 kills in total for the Wolves, and a push to take the Nexus.
In the final match of Day 1, Gambit Gaming absolutely rolled SK. Gambit ended the game with a match up 12 kills with 20,000 gold lead and 8 towers. Genja put the match away with a triple kill to cap off an impressive score of 10-1-7 on Jinx.
Day 2 of the week once again began with an Alliance game, this time facing off against the Copenhagen Wolves. With both teams coming off strong performances yesterday, this was certainly one of the most interesting matchups of the weekend. Early game, Copenhagen Wolves managed to build a small gold lead by picking up 3 dragons. Despite the early deficit, Alliance managed to take a nice team fight mid around the 27-minute mark, which all but eliminated the Wolves' gold lead. The Wolves, undeterred, walked straight back down mid to take another team fight, which resulted in 4 kills and a Baron pickup going the way of Alliance. From this point on, Alliance dominated the game, taking down tower after tower and eventually ending the game around the 38-minute mark on the back of another 1-team fight.
The second game of the day was arguably the best matchup of Week 2, with Rawcat and Gambit Gaming battling for second place. Early skirmishes in the bot and mid lane gave Rawcat leads in both lanes, with Overpow picking up a kill against Alexich, and Selivar picking up a kill against Edward. Great play from Diamond and good farming from Alexich and Genja allowed Gambit to keep the game close for the first 25 minutes, but that took a turn when Rawcat managed to take a great teamfight in the Dragon Pit. After killing off 4 members of Gambit Gaming in the teamfight, Rawcat managed to pick up Baron, Dragon, and a tower to accelerate their gold lead up to 6k gold. Rawcat continued to build their gold lead over the next 10 minutes until they managed to pick up another Baron at the 38-minute mark, which they turned into a Nexus push to end the game. With great performances by overpowered Jankos, Rawcat showed that they are a team to watch in this season of the LCS.
The penultimate game of the day saw first place Fnatic taking on Superhot crew. A late invade from Soaz, Yellowstar, and Reckless gave Fnatic first blood, a stolen buff, and an early lead against SHC. Fnatic managed to turn this early kill into a landing advantage for Yellowstar and Reckless, which led to an early tower kill for Fnatic. Fnatic managed to slowly and methodically build their gold lead by taking down SHC's first tier towers and accumulating a creep lead on XPK's Gragas. At the 30-minute mark, Fnatic forced a teamfight at the Baron Pit, and despite Impaler managing to pull off a fantastic Baron steal, and a great Mega Inferno Bomb from Moops on Ziggs, Fnatic managed to turn the fight around, acing SHC, picking up 4 kills for Reckless, and taking down SHC's middle inhib. On the back of the massive gold spike, Fnatic managed to siege up SHC's bot lane with the power of XPK's Gragas and Reckless's Caitlyn, taking down another inhib. After sieging up the final lane, Fnatic took down SHC's last inhib and took down the Nexus to continue their undefeated streak.
Millennium looked to bounce back from their 2 losses in Day 1 in the final game of Week 2 by taking down SK Gaming. With the help of Arene, Kerp managed to pick up first blood on Fizz, gaining a substantial lead against Jez's Orianna. On the back of this early game lead, Millennium picked up a couple of early dragons and a number of kills on their top, mid, and AD carry. SK managed to fight their way back into the game, winning a convincing team fight at the Dragon Pit, but Kerp's Fizz and Cretan's Caitlyn proved to be too strong with their early game lead they have accumulated, and Millennium managed to take map advantage by taking a huge tower lead against SK. SK managed to hold on for quite a while while repelling a number of Millennium's pushes. However, after 45 minutes, Millennium finally managed to push in and take SK's Nexus, allowing Millennium to avoid a 0-3 week in the LCS.
With all of the Week 2 games in the books, let's take a look at the standings in the European scene. As you can see, Fnatic maintained their perfect record and first place position by picking up another win this week. Rawcat, on the back of 2 wins, including a great victory against Gambit Gaming, moved into sole position of 2nd place, and bumped Gambit down to 3rd place. Copenhagen Wolves managed to maintain their 4th position with a record of 1-1 due to SK's 0-2 record in Week 2. Alliance, after a disappointing Week 1, did manage to pick up 2 wins this weekend to take over 6th place, along with SK, dropping Millennium into 7th place and Superhot crew into last.
Now let's take a look at this week's MVP, leading his team in 2 victories and having great performances on Mordekaiser and Kale. We have to give MVP this week to Overpower of Team Rawcat. Overpower absolutely dominated in lane in Rawcat's first game of Week 2 against Superhot crew, and really drove his team to victory against Gambit, with a score of 8-1 and 7. With his diverse champion pool and dominating performance, Overpower has shown that he's certainly one of EU's best mid laners, at least through the 2 weeks of this season.
And the big winner for this week has to be Overpower's team, Rawcat. While their 3-1 opening in Week 1 was certainly impressive, their victory over Gambit this week has shown that they are absolutely a competitor in the European scene. And the other teams of Europe certainly need to respect them. An honorable mention goes to Alliance, who managed to bounce back from their disappointing Week 1 with a 2-0 record this week.
The big loser for this week was SK Gaming, who had a disappointing record of 0-2 this week. They were absolutely annihilated in their matchup with Gambit Gaming on Day 1, and then dropped a second game to Millennium that had just come off of 2 losses the day before that. After losing both games in a week, SK dropped from tied from 4th with the Copenhagen Wolves to tied for 5th with the rejuvenated Alliance team. We'll see if they can turn it around in Week 3 when they take on Superhot crew Alliance and Rawcat.
Alright, that's all we have for Week 2 in the EU LCS. With all of that taken care of, let's look ahead to Week 3 to get a sneak peek at some of the key matchups coming up.
Week 3 has 3 games that are particularly worth paying attention to. The first game of Day 1 sees Alliance taking on Gambit Gaming. With Alliance gaining some momentum this week, it will be interesting to see how they match up against the Russian powerhouses who will be looking to recover from their loss to Rawcat this week.
The second key matchup will take place right after Alliance and Gambit, when Rawcat finally meets up with Fnatic. Rawcat has certainly shown that they are a contender when they took down Gambit this week, but Fnatic has looked unstoppable up to this point. Will Rawcat manage to dethrone Fnatic, or will Fnatic continue their unbeaten streak?
The final key matchup of Week 3 will be the final match of Day 2, when Gambit meets up again with Fnatic. Fnatic absolutely destroyed them in Week 1 with amazing performances by Xpeke and Reckless. So it will be up to Gambit to figure out how to slow Fnatic's 2 key players down.
Alright, that's all for us today. Thanks for watching our video, guys. Let us know what you liked about the video and what we can improve on in future videos. And keep your eyes open for our NA LCS wrap-up, which will be coming up either today or tomorrow. I'm Puma Pete.
And I'm Moosin. Thanks for watching MobaMashup's first competitive catch-up.